going on then for the opening contracts and row here. The row's pretty fun. Couple of decent contracts though as well. Research Station, couple Slurry, and Spy. Generally quite a nice sort of mid-game sort of contract. And the Harvest for your free Solari coming up as well. Also pretty decent. Imperium row, well, I mean, it's not bad. There's no, like, insane cards, but it's quite an interesting little row, actually, if you think about it. Card Coordination is going to be very popular, of course. People liking the looks of that. Obviously, the Access, kind of like a pseudo sort of highliner. Priority Contracts is out there as well, which, of course, can be voted into a Victorian. It's the stronger of the two contract cards. But obviously, going down that route can be a little bit difficult. Outside of that, we've got Double Agent, which we saw last round, which is very good, obviously, for just keeping spies everywhere and infiltrating. Space in good favor, also pretty strong for extra card draw. Also very powerful reveal late on. And Fun Pat as well for some bonus spies if you want to try and greed that up there a little bit as well. So I think that's good.
This is a really good row.
Yeah, I like
Nothing
this row a lot.
wild. And yes, there is no Guild Spy, but Guild Spy was like the fourth card that got peeled off and wandered into Muad'Dib's hands. So you never know.
It's the next card, obviously.
Never know. Should we look at the leaders? Here they are, everyone. So this is the pool we'll be playing from here. No Irulan again, which is kind of a shame. Irulan missing from both finals matches, which is a bit sad. Oh, jeez. She's getting picked, isn't she? She's so getting picked.
Irulan? Oh, yeah, she's gone.
Someone's picking her. So very, very sad there. All right, then. So Leah's getting picked here. Mahaim is there, yes, that's true. So Gurney being picked in full,
Mahaim.
That was a deliberate Mahaim. That was deliberate.
Okay. Thanks, Ozzy.
That one doesn't get to be, that one does not count. That one does not count. Irulan would have been very nice Irulan row, but not to be here. JoMB goes for Fade in third, makes reasonable sense. Hard to see Muad'Dib getting picked in second. Usual three here, so who does Terralord go for here? Do we see another Stepan pick here? I don't know.
He's been so good in first position, though.
But it's dangerous, though. No spy cards out there. Limited faction access, so you're going to be kind of reliant on maybe Spacing Guild. Hard to get first round, though. And if you don't get that, it could be a bit dodgy. So I think you're definitely taking some chances if you're going to take Stepan. But it is. It is Stepan again. So good news. I'm not contributing to the tip jar, and we're going to get ourselves underway here. So opening conflict is, again, it's the Flopter Skirmish, so no matching available. Plenty of intrigues and cash, though, which makes, I think this is probably the most interesting of the three. I think makes for an interesting mechanic because there's intrigues everywhere. Makes it a bit harder to play sometimes.
Yeah, I really like when the Thopters are the first conflict. I really do. Like, getting that first point, it feels a little weird sometimes, but when everyone kind of gets a potential point later on, I think that feels cool.
Yeah, plus intrigues just make the game a lot more interesting, right? So getting three out super early is fun.
There we go. Trying to get the camera's best.
Oh, I'm not in the black seat. Hold on.
If you want to put yourself there, then go for it.
There we go.
Cool beans. We'll zoom in. We'll zoom in like that for now. That should be acceptable. I might zoom out a touch later on. So Stepan finds his faction access immediately. Goes straight to Fremkit. Does not hang about.
Interesting.
Not always, I think. It's always a bit tricky if you pull it in first position. Like, what do you do? Fremkit's an obvious place to go, but the question would be, how's he getting his second bump there? And I don't necessarily know. We'll see. Anyways, Limp's in there. Muad'Dib is just going to go Desert Tactics. No huge surprise. Stepan probably eyeing up for maybe some Spacings Guild, trying to get the redraw. Muad'Dib does go to Tactics. He's going to trash out his dagger. No huge surprise there. Fade probably going to open up with his ring. Oh, he does have his faction, so deliver supplies.
We've always seen that deliver supplies is basically the third best spot most of the time, unless there's a great contract. I think there's a decent contract out there, honestly. I think Stepan's going to be looking to get that contract's second action if they can, if Gurney doesn't take it right now, which they might.
Yeah, both are pretty decent. I think both are pretty solid here. If Gurney's got faction access, it's a bit tricky. He might just go Arakeen, and he does go Arakeen for some drawing. He's likely to put in enough strength to get six, and he does. So he's looking to obviously get that persuasion. If he's got a dodgy hand, there might be Gurney uses his recon to do it, so he might have a really poor hand, and he might end up really revealing here potentially. I wonder what Stepan's going to do. He might be a little bit concerned of an early reveal from Gurney to take like Spacing Guild. I think this is quite a key card for Stepan the way he's going to play this. He's going to rely, I think, on the spice and try and reveal this to get his bumps elsewhere. I have a funny feeling, but we'll have to see.
Yep, could be. They're going to have a lot of difficult time, depending on what they get. If they get Spacing Guild's favor, I think they're okay. Maybe Spacing Guild plus this contract would
Also,
be good.
H totally correct. Dune Muad'Dib cannot have a Dune Desert plan in hand, as he did indeed trash his dagger. It's the only logical explanation. Talk about turning a hand over. So I think Staban's got his ring. He does have his ring. So I think contract is the obvious place to go, and he does. Now, where's he going to put these? Where's he going to put the spy here? Does he go for immediate Hager Basin? I've got a funny feeling he will. Council would be good, but he doesn't have any spice, of course. So I suspect we'll see. Hager Basin.
I think Hager Basin makes sense.
Yep, Bouldering.
This is live.
This is live gameplay. This is the grand finals being held live right now, as you see it.
Yeah, the first spy pick is very important for Staban.
Hager Basin, it is. I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, when you don't have, if you're not going mining, I guess you just put on a Hager Basin and you kind of work it out from there, right? Seems pretty good to me.
Yeah, you're going to get like 3 to maybe 4 spice from that over the course of the game, plus worm access, so it's a very good spot.
Muad'Dib has his ring, so goes to Assembly Hall. I think makes sense. Building up the persuasion, getting some intrigues going, might find something interesting. I don't know. I've got a funny feeling Gurney might early reveal here. I've just got a funny feeling he's going to. If he's not drawn like a faction card, he might do so. Fade's just going to go ahead and pick up some loose spice. Might be going for some early espionage here, I've got a funny feeling. Looks like he's off to Basin in his.
I don't know how much Heretic likes... Oh, not sorry, Heretic.
What's this? Fade Ralph for limping in. Hello. Trying to shut out Staban from the loose spice. Has Fade got both his daggers?
That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, I just say mining. I know it's harvesting. I've been saying mining for 2 years, all right? I'm never going to change. Gurney did pull a faction, so secret it is. So it looks like Staban is going to get hold of probably Spacing Guild if he's got 5 persuasion. Yeah, he's got 5. Definitely has the 5 here, so Spacing it is.
Oh,
I think he'll be Reams
Pretty
Relief.
good.
Hello. There's a card. Wow.
Alrighty, first big one.
Fade
Interstellar
Ralph.
Trade shows up.
Fade Ralph might occasionally go research station trying to dig for this. Could definitely see that happening. Yeah, Muad'Dib has 6. That hurts. Couple of decent cards from out there, though. Sarlacc Organization's not too bad. Thumper, maybe.
I like this choice.
He
I like
goes
the
contract. He's going to go down this route here. Okay, then. So, first kind of dictation noted. Fate did have the double daggers. Hoping that Gunny doesn't have any, preferably, would be nice. Just takes the prepare the way. And Gurney probably has 1. He does have 1, so holds off to win the opening skirmish, which you'll be reasonably happy with. I think that's well worth paying the extra Solari for.
I think it's
so
very good.
Going to get edged out here at this point. But that he won't mind too much here. Takes the coordination. So, seems reasonable. But yeah, Fade's going to have an interesting choice next round of what he wants to do. Does he go like maybe espionage? Does he go research station? Does he try and make it... Oh, dear me. And look what just turned up. Well, now research station looks very juicy. You might legit see Fade Ralph go espionage research station here.
Yep.
I think you will see that, yeah.
Could well be a line he takes.
Very nice line.
Huge,
Especially if the conflict is good for him.
Yeah, he'll be hoping that maybe if it's a match, maybe it's like Choem one.
Ooh,
No.
Fermin one's not bad either.
But this is just good for everyone. Everyone wants a piece of this. This is going to be a bloodbath, this. All right, then. So second round is Sieges. Mouse is in the hands of Staban and Gurney. Gurney did not have his ring last round, so he's got it now. Muad'Dib, of course, is just going to go Fremkit, and I imagine we'll probably fight with Siege if he's got city access. I don't think he has any need to put any troops in right now. But, of course, there's now intrigues everywhere. So this already gets a bit uncomfortable.
It's super
Staban,
risky now, yeah, if you go all in.
Difficult for Staban as well, no intrigues. Kind of intimidating to get involved here. So we're going to find out very quickly what Fade has. Now, Fade, he would love to research station first, I think, because he could use his ring to maybe pay for a trash if he really wants to go for steers or to sell a trade. That is a route he could take. He would give up the spy, but I actually don't think it's an outrageous move. Research station and pay for the trash. Does that make any sense?
Research station, see what you pull. Yeah. And if you don't get enough for some reason,
he's got Seek Allies in his hand as well.
Yep,
so
go espionage.
And he does. I think he's paying for the trash here. Don't see it often. Usually people go for the spy, but I legit think he might... Oh, no, he does just go for the draw here, so he's going to take the spy. Maybe. Oh, he had double daggers. Maybe he thinks he's very likely to get to the 7. But he's not trashing anymore. He definitely can't. I think that was a move there, just to make the trash there. I think he's missed a trick, but oh well. Having fun in chat there. So, Fade going for the... No, Fader Alpha is going to go all in here on the research station, which he could do. And if he's putting the spy there, that would suggest to me that he's interested. Limps in 2. Now, what kind of move is that? Why not go all in here or just limp in 1? What the heck? What's a 2 troop move mean?
I think it means that something went wrong.
Does he have maybe like contingency or something? I don't know. It just seems weird. Like 1 or 3. Why not? Why 2? Has he got maybe a retreat? But if he's got a retreat intrigue, he just put in all 3, right?
I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe he's waiting to see if like Staban goes for 3 or Gurney goes for 3. Yeah.
Oh, Gurney's going all in here. Gurney Halleck is never surely he's got to go in here. It's a match for him. It sieges. He needs the access.
Yeah.
Like
he's guaranteed 1 dagger, right?
He's gonna have at least 1. He might even have fluked the 2nd. He's sitting on 2 intrigues here. So this is where already players getting awkward for players because there's intrigues. I mean, it's the beginning of the 2nd. There's 5 intrigues out there. That is a huge amount at this stage of the game. So
yeah. And this conflict is insane because 2nd place is 3 spice. That's a huge windfall. So, I mean, you'd be happy if you were Fade and get a bunch of spice that way. Or any of these players, actually.
Yeah, 2nd round.
Or round 2.
Does put in all 3. No surprise there. If Gurney's got 7 persuasion, it's just to see if he might even consider early revealing for trade or something. I don't know. Tough one.
Did Staban draw his ring again?
Possible. I mean, it's the thing when you've got a 9-card deck. People forget about that with Staban because you've got that 9-card deck. You're always redrawing something next round.
He drew last round too, so he's got 2 fresh draws to hit. Right?
Yep. So that can always catch people out. Makes him hard to play against.
Ring to the basin. Oh,
does have his ring. Hello. That feels good.
Very
so
good.
He's going to get the free spice. That will trigger his contract. It's also probably putting his spy up somewhere up to the council to change into more money.
Love this play. I really like this play here.
Oh, assembly. Well, hello. Now, what's this? This is fun. Is he threatening like an assembly hall dagger spin here? Looks like it.
I think it's for next round. I don't know. It might. He's doesn't with 4 cards in hand. Very unlikely you're going to get to Steersman this round or 7. So it's possible, I guess, to get to 7. I guess if you hit right. But
yeah, everyone is like they could have it, but I don't think Muad'Dib's. Muad'Dib, does he go? What's he going to do here? Does just go siege? I imagine his troops going in here. You'd imagine.
Depends on what you draw.
Rare. You don't normally see it. You usually see it go there, obviously, for infiltrating the Swordmaster. But I think Staban is prepping up for potentially like a dagger assembly hall pull and just try and pull a ton of persuasion. I think that's what's being suggested here. Life a bit awkward for Muad'Dib. He's out of position to Gurney, as well as Fade, who have both committed themselves here. So it's difficult for Muad'Dib to get in. I suspect if he doesn't, that would suggest he probably doesn't have a battle intrigue as well. So, but he'll be happy enough if he just ends up with two spies here. But I don't know. Staban occasionally goes in here. He's also got Garrison. I don't know. Bit funky. Back to Fade.
Back to Fade. What's Fade gonna do here?
He's got access. Fade's move. Because of the 2 troops last round.
Yep. Because he's out of position against like Staban. I guess Staban isn't threatening that much for combat, so probably gonna wait, and then maybe he's just guaranteeing like a 2nd or 3rd is fine too.
Yeah, hard to know. I think Fade's not enjoying life. So thanks everyone for watching. Over 100 people watching the game live now. Thank you very much for your support. Gonna be here a while. What was the end poll, by the way, for the who we think's gonna win this match?
Oh, I should end it. Yeah, good point.
Should close that. Let's see. Does Fade go espionage? Feels like the natural move, and he does.
Looks like over half we're voting for Heretic.
I wonder how many of these votes were after Heretic got Muad'Dib in
second. They might have been. Yeah, it might have been.
Poor Terra, just 6%. Oof. Not fancy.
I might have something to prove here.
All right. Well, now I'm rooting for Terra.
Yeah.
Obligatory. So It's a weird spot here for Fade. I don't think he's happy with his situation. I don't think he's enjoying his hand. He doesn't like where he's at with this, hence the espionage. Again, a little bit surprised he didn't put his spy on espionage for a double draw. That was a bit of a surprise.
Right.
Gurney goes to Desert Tactics, no surprise, wanting to get hold of Worm Access immediately and win it. No surprise there. Looks like he's probably going to take it down. And then we're off to Staban Tuek. What does he want to do here? You can imagine Fade's probably got at least 7. Wardib occasionally has 7 persuasion as well.
This looks like a refinery trip to me.
You think so?
I think so.
Just get the cash done, just get action economy going. No one else has any money, already any spies. I don't hate that.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a chance for one of these big cards if he goes Assembly Hall, but does he get it revealing last?
That's the issue. I think you've got to expect Fade's going to get one of them. I think it's a bit spurious with 4 cards, so I think, yeah, just goes Refinery and just gets the Swordmaster going. I think it's probably reasonable. Hello! And what's this? And what's this? Hello! Was
Oh my God.
here as well? He does go in. Wow. Well, this is going to be eventful.
Uh-oh.
Maybe double
Wardy
dagger?
reveals for 4, picks up a couple of spies from contracts. 1 dagger might not be good for anything here. Just going to go... I think these prepares are going to vanish very quickly. These people digging for these strong cards here. How much has Fade got? 7? 6!
Oh,
Fade round for misses!
He drew double dagger from
Double
his
dagger. He misses the draw.
research station.
Off
Yeah, it was
the
rough.
research station. Why did he not put his spy on espionage and double draw? Got greedy maybe and he's
Yeah.
been punished.
Or if you just trashed like you suggested. That would've
Yeah,
been- that
or
would've done it too.
trashed and then done that. A lot of ways he could have avoided this. I think Joe will be ruining that. That is a really painful miss. That could have trashed instead of taking the spy. Could have double drawn here. That's going to hurt a lot. That's a huge quint of resources. He's not going to win the fight, and he's not going to get either big card here. So this is a bad situation for Joe. Taking double agent isn't too bad. Ecological comes up well, which is not the worst card in the world, and goes for it for some faction access. But that's a poor result for Joe.
Opts not to pull his spy. Could've
Interesting.
Hide here.
Yeah, I think he should have pulled. I think he either should have pulled the spy,
Or used it to buy a
or
big
used
card,
it.
probably.
Yeah.
Or anything. Yeah, I think just maybe pushing the margins too much. But yeah, I say I don't often suggest taking the pay for trash route. I think spy generally is better, but I just think that was a specific occasion. I think just was good. But here we are now. And Joe's gonna have to recover here. This has been a bad round for him. Gurney reveals also for 6. He also misses. These big cards just sitting out there. No one can get them. Everyone's spending their resources for them. These spoils out there now. Thumper's still sitting there. Does he just go for a couple prepares here, maybe? He has got 1 bump with the Bene Gesserit. Not hard to get the second.
It's a tough call. You either commit to combat here or commit to Spice Mist Flow. I don't think you can maybe you can get like Thumper. I don't think you can get like Beast Spoils and prepare. Like maybe I don't like that though. Too many blues.
He already bought. Did he buy a prepare last round? He did.
I can only assume Staban, by the way, has got both his daggers, which is why he put the 2 troops and he does. So he's going to edge out Muad'Dib here, unless Muad'Dib has got some battle intrigues. This should be most interesting. There's a lot of spice to fight for. If green has power and yellow has nothing, yellow and red get nothing here. Green has to play. Devour it is.
Does have Devour.
Bit earlier than planned, but he needs to fight for second place. That's terrible. This is on Joe passes.
Wow.
This has been a terrible round for Joe. Research station misses the draw and gets nothing from the conflict either. Ouch.
Yeah.
And Spekreep wins it. He gets the match and hook access here, but JoMB in a world of trouble here early.
So like Heretic was very patient with that play, not throwing it last round when he could have. But just to get the second place here, I think is such a good play here.
Yeah, needed that. That spice was huge. Huge time for the intrigue.
Yeah.
All right. Third round is Spice Refinery. First walled conflict. Gurney might not be the most happiest to see that, truthfully. Daggers in the hands of Fade and Muad'Dib here. Again, plenty of spice to fight for, though. Joe up first. It's a recovery job already. I don't know what Fade Ralph's best option is now. How does he get... I don't see how he ever gets into still a trade now. Like, and his action economy's in the tank. Looks really bad.
It's tough. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how he comes back. He really needs to get in with the Fremen like real soon, though. I think that's why he picked up Ecological, so hopefully he redrew that. Um, but yeah, I guess we might see an early reveal here because it's going to come down to people are really setting up for the 8 or 7 persuasion turn here. We might see somebody give up an action to do that. I think that's really rough to do, but you might have to if you really want it.
Mm. So Fader Alpha's going to try and get us out of trouble. Goes
There's
Fremkit, does not have any, has no water for the agent box, so don't worry yourself about that. Nice Fremen Bond though, by the way. This card, if you've got like Long with the Fighters, amazing card, by the way. Oh, dream card. Anyways, so Fader Alpha. Yeah, bad spot. We now know he doesn't have a battle intrigue as well. We know that is not battle, whatever that is. He limps in, I think maybe as much out of expectation and everything, hoping that Staban just doesn't get involved here. But Staban's going to have action economy with his Swordmaster coming. Gurney Halleck feels like he's going to have to go Siege here.
I don't like the limp in here. I mean, I know that everyone's pretty weak on troops, but man, it just doesn't seem like it's going to go your way. Like your first act, so everyone's going to have a bunch of information. Just seems bad.
Do you limp in there, Josh?
Probably not. I would have played obviously last round very different. I would have pulled the spy for one thing.
Does lift the spy from Kid, by the way. Goes for the double draw, so he's desperately trying to dig for trade here.
He needs something. He needs something to go his way. So hopefully this will be that round.
Gurney recons Siege. Yeah, makes sense. Recons it though, which is not the card you really want to see if you're playing as Gurney. Recon's a weird card as Gurney. Like, it's nice to have the City Axe if you just want to be hitting it with your ring all the time. Recon suggests his hand's a bit dodgy here. Staban knows he's going to get free actions here. Is there any way for Staban to make a hit for Steersman here or something? He might try, but again, Staban's got, like, very little faction access. The only thing he's got is the Spaces Guild favor, which is too
high council pickup.
Oh, are you guys surprised?
Yeah, there's... I didn't even see that was out there. Oh, he might well go ringing. He might go high council with like his ring or something and send the spy to council. I didn't even see it was out there. That makes sense. So
he will have enough for high council this round, and next round he'll have Swordmaster as well, right?
Yeah, and he's got money. He's got money over all his opposition here, so it's a pretty reasonable move. This makes sense actually. I didn't even see it was out there. Truthfully,
really smart play from Terrasashar. Yeah, I think that's an interesting line. I didn't see it. I keep looking at this research station contract and nobody's picked it up because I actually really like this contract, but everyone's kind of going for other things. It's interesting.
Yeah, second time we've seen Staban in first position. Second time Staban not feeling too bad early on in this.
Meanwhile, we got Modib going Espionage.
Yeah, Espionages puts his spy on Arakeen.
Early
and
reveal.
Spade does go for the reveal for Steersman. He just gives it up here, not prepared to go and take a risk with a draw off like Arakeen or something. So he gets Steersman, which he does need, gets a point with the Spacing Guild, but this is still a bit of a survival job for Fader Alpha here.
I
think it makes sense. I mean, like, he's got both his daggers discard. Going Arakeen is very scary. You also don't want to draw your diplomacy. Your ring's in there as well.
I could have risked it at Assembly Hall, but I think this is fine just because Heretic. Well, I don't know. Heretic's kind of telegraphing he wants to go Arakeen, so he might not have it. Yeah, I think I would have risked it for Assembly Hall.
Yeah, I agree, actually. I don't think anyone's got 8 Persuasion here, and if everyone's got Manipulate, they probably would have played it by now. So I think you could have probably double agent to Assembly. And
yeah, especially with the double agent, you get that spy out there. It's another 2 strength in combat.
Yeah, no, I think you're right there. I don't hate. I think that's a fair point. Probably could have gone for it, and maybe with a bad start, just wants to guarantee. Apologies, just wants to guarantee the card here. You know, which I don't blame, but still difficult times. Next
poll. We're gonna do another poll. Yep. Who do you feel is in the lead? Who do you think's gonna win from this point on?
See what people make of the game early here. Gurney just goes liver supplies, so he's getting himself ready for some deep desert next round, hoping it's not a walled conflict. If it is, he could even go to Siege first and blow it. Possible.
Ooh.
And Staban Assembly Halls with a dagger. Does not go High Council, does not go Swordmaster. Wow, does he have Manipulate?
Oh, wow.
Does Staban to have Manipulate here? It feels that's a very curious move.
He just drew it. His intrigue right now.
Yeah, did he just... Oh, he would have just drawn it. Wow. So he saves the money there. What's going on here? Why not just go High
It's
Council
interesting.
there? Is he trying to stop someone else going Assembly Hall? I can't see that being a thing here.
So I think this is really kind of out there, but I think the reasoning is he wants to do it in 2 actions next round and then have a third action. Because no one's getting any Spite or Solari right now. No one's really close to getting either of those economy
Yeah,
spaces.
I
So.
mean, he was probably going to get one. I'm just surprised he didn't just go High Council now and be done with it. I don't know, he just feels he wants the intrigue now, I suppose. Anyway,
Yeah, that
interesting
actually
move.
does make sense, CJ. A little bit.
Alright, Wadib goes Refinery, picks up some cash here. Could potentially have 7 Persuasion for instead of trade. Not impossible. Does pull the Spy from Arakeen for the double draw here. He's going to put in a couple of troops. By the way, Spy Refinery still out for fighting here. Wadib and Fade with the daggers. Both would like to win this. Gurney with a couple of swords. Coordination just on reveal here. Only gets 1 sword for it. But gets him to 6, so he does get the extra persuasion. 4 to buy. A couple of decent cards. Spy Master, very strong card. Do like it. Beast Spore still out there.
Yeah, Gurney's trashed a couple cards already, I think. So maybe just one, actually.
Yeah, Spy
Let's
Master.
see what the end of the poll is.
Ha! Wow. Barn pushing favorite here. Joe not looking too good. And look at this come out here. Muad'Dib might be interested in delivery agreement here. Look at this pull out. The second contract card comes. Oh my god, and Staban had 7. He does find this other trade. So he takes the contract card here, and that is a massive result for Staban Tuek. He's managed to swindle his way, even pulling his other dagger. He managed to swindle his way there with the assembly hall. Maybe a little bit fortunate there, but he's not going to complain. It's a big card there. But yeah, Muad'Dib, does he ever go for delivery and go both contract cards? Is that too risky?
It seems a bit late without a single contract.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he can catch up with priority contracts. He revealed it once already though, so
Yeah, and that's 7 persuasion. I think he's unlucky to
he is
lose it.
going for it.
Okay.
He's going to go for it. He's going to roll some dice here. This is a gamble. This is far from guaranteed to work this. He's got a lot of work to do here, but...
There are a couple easy ones, like Research Station, Arakeen.
Arakeen contract's great.
But he's have to go hard on these cards.
He draws it
not
next.
using his ring. He's not using diplomacy. He does. He needs his Swordmaster desperately. He needs action economy ASAP here. So yeah, that's. I think Muad'Dib's a little unlucky that Stavan got the 7, but it is what it is. Anyways, so Fader Alpha, third spot here. Doesn't look like anyone's going to take this. Yep. Gurney wins.
Gurney winning 3 out of 3 conflicts.
That's really strong for Gurney. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good. Muad'Dib picks up a decent 2nd place though, and you know, Fader Alpha will be happy. 2 Spice for Troops, not too bad here. Of course, the Barn yet to score, but looking very dangerous in the late game here. We shall see.
Yes. Staban is looking very strong too, I gotta say. I mean, everyone's got something going on. Everyone has a plan, right?
Wow.
Heretic's got his contract stuff. There's a bunch of nasty stuff in JoMB's deck.
And here is a battle for Gurney Halleck. Look at this. Just as he's bed up for some deep desert action, Testology comes out. My god.
4th Queen.
That is insane.
One does have his ring guaranteed. And I think he was drawing 2, so there's a pretty high chance that he has both. Wild
conflict here. So Gurney Halleck is going to very likely chuck in worms here. Remember, of course, Muad'Dib does also have worm access. He's going to probably, going to go Hagger base in here. Staban's going to pick up some spice. Yeah, I mean, Staban, I think, will be more than happy. I might even argue, instead of trade, might be a better card for Staban than Steersman, all things being honest.
Yeah, I think it's almost better, yeah. It's more flexible.
Gurney's going to limp it. I mean, he might as well. Like, we know he's going to chuck in some worms, so I don't think it really matters what he does here too much.
No, Staban has the choice, right? At risk Gurney having contingency plan and taking the first Swordmaster.
Yeah, it's a bit dodgy. Obviously, the spy here goes to he uses the spy from where'd the spy come from? Must have missed that. Where did the spy come from?
Last round is
Yeah,
conflict.
last round.
Oh, the Convert Awards. Yeah, so the Barnes are a bit of a weird spot here. But I mean, he's kind of put himself into this own weird spot here by going the Assembly Hall route. Gurney is threatening contingency and could well have it. He's trying to almost bait the Barn into going Swordmaster early, so Gurney also gets it. There are 3 contingencies in the deck.
If he does go, it kind of ruins his plan for both, right?
No, he's gonna call the bluff. He's gonna go High Council, and he is calling Gurney's bluff. He's saying, "I don't think you have it. If you've got it, so be it." I'm gonna call the bluff here. He goes High Council first. He's gonna dare and say, "Well, if you've got the 2 Solari, then what are you gonna do?" Does not a believer. Muad'Dib opens
accept
up
contract,
first contract
probably.
card. Here they come. He's got a lot of work to do. Dagger
nope,
Basin,
those
surely.
didn't work.
No, not double contracting. Okay.
Yeah.
Just the
gonna...
Arakeen. This looks like
He
Arakeen.
wants worms. I mean, of course he's going to go worms. He needs intrigues. Like we saw in the last game, we had Muad'Dib. I don't think he took a single worm all game, and it was not good. Arakeen taken.
Ooh, Acquire shows up.
That'll be of interest. Fade Ralph would like that very much indeed. Who is up here again? Remember, Fade Ralph is still on recovery here. After a
Does have
really
Steersman,
forced
but it's in
fight.
his discard.
Yeah, it's in his discard. Doesn't have it yet. I think he's got his ring though. I think he's got his ring. Yeah, I don't think that's one that Muad'Dib's going to go for very much. But I think like the likes of Fade or Staban would be very interested in that, especially Staban as well. He might fancy that.
Yeah, I think Staban really wants that. I mean, the High Council.
He's also completing contracts, which is making his contract card better on reveal if he goes down that route later on. So definitely options.
It's also worth noting there is a lot of spice on the basin for free.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
there's 3 spice there.
3 sides of the basin. Apparently not good
Wow.
enough for anyone. You know, pretty average. Pretty average. So, looks like Gurney didn't have contingency. He tried to kind of bait Saban into going for it, but if he had contingency, he would have played it by now. So clearly doesn't have it. So he has been caught out here. So he's probably forced to just go deep desert, right? Like, I mean, how do you not go deep desert on this conflict if you're Gurney Halleck?
Well,
Seems completely absurd not to, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's the match for you.
Bumps, spies, the coins. I mean, there's free.
But he's got a
spies
guarantee
there.
to win it, and Heretic does have Highliner. I don't know if he has access to Highliner, but he has the spice for Highliner.
Oh, he does.
I think
Wow.
Spekreep might have misjudged something here.
It looks like it. Espionage. Wow. Yeah, something's gone wrong here.
Something has gone wrong.
Something has gone horribly wrong here. What was that move?
It can also just be he knows that no one's gonna get Deep Desert anytime soon. He just wants more spice later.
I can only assume he didn't have the access and he just prioritized going Spice Refinery instead of Worms,
True.
I guess. But it's such a good conflict for you. Oh,
Yeah, it's crazy.
never mind. So Staban will get his Sword Master.
Saban's getting everything he wants.
Yep. He's gonna have to pick up these points later on, but he's accumulating nicely. Where's the spy go? Do you just put this on Deep Desert just to pick up the loose spice for the time being? You know it's cashing in pretty soon. Maybe Imperial Basin.
Basin.
He's
Fine.
Ooh. Now
interesting.
that is a surprise. He has not got shipping access. Interesting. What is this?
Yeah,
thing?
he's definitely looking for that Acquire contract, though. I mean, he's so set up for Spice Misflows.
Saban is praying nobody takes that spice.
Yeah.
His next round he gets 4 and gets the contract done.
Muad'Dib's. And Muad'Dib double
What?
draws here, so he's going all in on contracts. He's committing himself down this route, so he has to barrel for it.
Research
Double
history
draw.
with no water, or
He does go acquire contract as Muad'Dib.
Okay.
Wow, he's that's a bit risky. I don't know if it's that easy for him to actually cash that in. He's got, remember, 2 cards in his deck that give no persuasion. And
What
that's
an
not including his
interesting build.
daggers.
Yeah, I mean, this Muad'Dib is just like no water, all contracts, all the time. It's crazy.
Feels a bit desperate.
wow.
Fakos gets his hooks.
And Saban has the Imperial Basin spice as well.
Unbelievable.
And he can even wait. He can greed and wait
Yeah,
till
he
it
doesn't
gets
have to
to
go
4
there now.
now.
He could get it next round if he wants to. That's pretty insane. Free spice, just not good enough for everyone, Just not good enough. Fade trashes something out of his hand. Didn't catch that. Gurney with 7. Takes Thumper. Obviously looking to try... He wants to try and get back to Deep Desert here. It also takes Branching Path. Might as well, it's there.
It was a recon.
It was the recon.
Guild Spy turns up.
Sure we're not finished combat.
Uh-oh.
What happened there? Did they just click? The music just played for conflict here. We got a long way to go here.
Sorry about that. Every time I every time I fix the screen so that it has the players' names on it, it does that. I don't know. I just leave it on.
Keep playing.
Oh, you're looking. You're.
I think Staban will be fancying it. And also none of his opponents are really surging that heavily away with this either. So I think this is a good chance for Staban to make a real huge push in the mid to late game here.
Yeah.
Gurney is also in a very good spot.
You weren't the only one.
If I had to bet, it would be the Gurney or Staban here.
Oh, well, I'm glad chat was paying attention. He's back. Back again.
Holy crap. Solid Snake is back.
And this is why Staban Tuek is not making a move. He is seriously considering revealing for Guild Spy here.
I don't think it's necessary.
I think he's thinking about
it might be.
He's thinking about it. Wow. I mean,
where do you put your spy?
And he has guaranteed. He almost basically has guaranteed free. He's got High Council. I mean, you just put spy on the Fremen or the Emperor.
His deck is 11 cards now. He's got both daggers, I think. No, he might have trashed one.
Red having a good mull over here. He is thinking this through. The problem is he also doesn't give it to his opposition. It's weird. Is it that bad if it goes to Muad'Dib? He's already got 2 contract cards in hand. Is he in really that much of a position to make a ton of damage?
No, because he doesn't have any spies on faction spaces, so I don't think it does anything for Deeb.
Doesn't care.
Only matters for Fade and maybe Gurney. Probably not Gurney, but maybe Gurney.
Yeah, so he goes for it. Early reveal, Guild Spy, gives up the actions. Could have played Favor, could have played Prepare the Way. Doesn't do either. Figures it's there. Just going to immediately reveal for it. Not a huge surprise. Kargarunner comes up, by the way. It's actually not a bad card for red. Yeah, also a good card potentially for green.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I buy anything else. That's the bond here.
I think you leave it. Yep.
If anything, you can go for a prepare.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, red is still yet to score, but he is about to. Yeah, it's pretty wild. He's actually only got 1 faction bomb as well. He does buy a load of cards. Ooh.
All the prepares gone. Interesting to see this round.
All prepares gone in the 4th round.
Well, there you have it. It is a final after all. Something wacky had happened.
This game has passed me by. It's official, everyone.
They were gone last time, but I think it was round 6.
Round 6, but round 4 was nuts. Muad'Dib with 8 persuasion. Oh, and it's not a good row for 8. Oh dear.
Ooh.
You just take Casino Runner, right? And
he's got intelligence report, so he's going to try and fluke the 9th.
Oh,
this is
This is the problem. It's so hard to get He's got 4 cards in his deck that give no persuasion. This is the problem.
That would have been such a good hit.
When you go these contract cards, it's so hard to buy those because you do this. This happens all the time. I'm not surprised.
He gets the Spiceman's Flow. He would have gotten the 3 Solari to get Swordmaster next round.
Yeah, he would have.
Had to make a dig for it, but he was not good odds to pull it.
Oh wait, he gets it from the Conflict of Nui. I apologize.
Oh yeah. No, he'll be fine. I mean, with the conflict, but the Spiceman's Flow miss hurts.
Wilvin Wheels taken, but yeah, I mean, it's again. You got so many cards that give you no persuasion. All his persuasion cards are in his hand, and that includes Diplo. So hard to buy some slows, Marty. I think he's trying to do too much here. Kind of caught ticks in between here, and is kind of maybe a bit on the unfocused side, but he feels he's getting pushed into that way. Anyways, Fade with a couple of daggers. Combat still to be fought here, by the way. He's still very cheap. Could be battle intrigues coming here. Fade does lift the spy for the couple swords. Makes sense. He's got to try and get in front here. Try and edge out Muad'Dib. Not let him win this fight. Araka's Revolt comes off, by the way, as a 6 cost. That's huge, but no one can buy it. We're going to see if there's any battle intrigues coming here. Blue, no. Does green have a response to the spy? He does not. So, not a good round from Muad'Dib, I don't think, truthfully. Fade
Well,
wins it.
Fade's catching back up a little bit. Was down, I'd say, last couple of rounds, but
Yep. It was not
that was
looking good round 2, but that round 3 pickup with Steersman and this round here.
yeah.
I dare say that might also be a pretty decent battle result for Red as well. No one really running away with this game here, which is going to allow them the time to catch up, you'd think. Wow, pretty wild. So a couple of painful reveals early on
I
here.
say Gurney's doing just fine too. Like, honestly, oh whoa.
And then the game changer conflict shows up.
Spice Traders. Wow. This could be fun.
Okay.
Remember, daggers in the hands of Muad'Dib and Fade. Muad'Dib sitting on a load of spice. But Muad'Dib has no water for any worms here. But that might not be the biggest of problems for him. I don't see how he'd win this without, like, some serious firepower. 4 spice from Imperial Base and for Stumble 2x seems criminal.
And you think Staban has these contract cards.
And it gives him the Harvest 4 contract off of Imperial
There's
Base.
one.
And this seems completely insane. Unbelievable. Gurney Halleck is eyeing up, obviously, some Deep Desert Worm access here. It's just so much value for him. He has a dagger as well. Swordmaster from Muad'Dib.
Did anyone buy? Who bought Thumper?
I didn't catch it.
Thumper is Gurney's got it, but I think it's in his
Gurney's got it, okay.
discard. I think it's in his discard. I haven't looked. I think it's in his
Yep, you're
discard.
right. He
Yeah,
also got Branching Path, which I missed as well.
Yes. Which was, he just turned it his eye. I might as well grab it. It's not a bad card. I think it's difficult to use those.
A Thumper here would have been.
Oh yeah, just
You know, like
paint spice, you know, worms, like, be feeling pretty good. Gurney needs to score points every hit. Like, we know Staban's got a lot of chase potential, but yeah, this is insane for Gurney Halleck here. This is a match. It's bumps. It's hard points here. He's going to take a big lead. Going to put pressure on Staban to start chasing, and Staban it's round 5. He's running out of time here, so he's got to get the train going. Maybe he might end up leaving too much to do here at the end of this game. I don't know. It's going to be close. Fade Ralph just wants to get some money together. Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I don't.
Swordmaster next round.
Double agent played.
They won't get there because Muad'Dib's gonna get there before him, so it's gonna be weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit what it is.
Yep.
So Gurney Halleck, it is weird though for Gurney. Obviously, he's gonna go deep desert here, but he's got no backup, no troops in garrison, and I don't think he's got any battle intrigues either because he might have played him last round. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, not deep. No, he's fine.
Gurney just sword masters. But I don't think this is as clean cut a victory for Gurney as it looks, because he's got no garrison, and Muad'Dib is looking. He might cause some problems here.
He's got 2 actions. He might be able to just refill this garrison and then throw in.
Maybe gather support Deep Desert. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I could see that. Maybe that works best.
The Bond is grabbing more contracts.
Yep.
Oh, he needs to grab it actually.
He does need to grab one.
Just trying to draw 2.
Yep. So.
Here we go.
Over
supplies.
So, getting towards the business end here. I don't think Muad'Dib will feel he's behind here. The question is does Muad'Dib commit super heavy to this fight? It feels difficult to do so. But Gurney, you know, his Sardaukar is in his discard, and right, Deep Desert Worms looks very good, but it's only 6 strength. That's very beatable here. He's got the Arakeen contracts as well for Spy and Troop. Like, poor traders can pose all sorts of issues here, and he wants to win this as well. It's a match. It's a victory point with Spy's conversion.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
But he had nowhere to go!
Oh, that's an awful hand.
Oh, no.
That's awful.
He had nowhere to go! He doesn't even go Fremkit. What?
He couldn't go Fremkit. He just put the Spy right now with the reveal.
Oh, he just put it with the reveal. Oh, no.
That accept contract block.
Wow.
Painful.
Yep.
Wow, that is horror territory for a grand final. That is brutal. I mean, we've all been in that spot in like a casual game, you know, just playing online. We get that real horror draw, but to get it in a grand final, oh my god.
Also
Man,
interesting to see we had two Muad'Dibs back to back in the last game in this that didn't really play worms. I mean, so this one they have the option to play worms, but hasn't been able to really. I guess last round they had some, so but it just seems like they're getting
Unbelievable.
cut out.
And Gurney just wins the fight now, yeah. Like, his main
Yeah.
opposition was Muad'Dib. Muad'Dib has nothing. Like, Gurney
um,
just wins the fight.
maybe,
Well,
maybe not.
Well, I don't know. Well, your Fade Ralphers
Fade.
goes
Fade can
Siege
get a
here.
worm in. Fade can pull a troop, or sorry, pull a spy for an extra like troop
Yeah, this is a
string.
weird spot now for Gurney. He was obviously going to go Deep Desert, but
If he
now
has
Hager Basin's been opened
ring,
up. Does he go? But he can't go Hager Basin. He
he
can,
does not have
really.
his ring. It's in his discard.
Yeah, rings in his discard. Yeah. So weird spot for Gurney here, and kind of a shrewd move maybe from Fade here.
Yeah.
Because Gurney can't really go Hager Basin. It's just not enough firepower. He's still going to be concerned of potential intrigue problems here. Gabba
yeah,
supports Deep Desert looks a pretty reasonable line here. No, he goes for more water. Pulls, he gets an intrigue out of recalling the spy.
gets another point. Yeah, Gurney's
Gurney
kind of
is
rolling away with
scoring
this,
heavily
especially
here.
if he wins with 6 strength.
I mean, I don't see how it would be possible, but I mean, unless there's some crazy. He doesn't have enough money for like market opportunity. It's 5 Slide for 5 spice, I think.
Yes. Or 2 spice for 5 Solari. Yep.
All that way around, which he wouldn't be doing here. But I don't know. Gurney might be reliant on intrigues here because Deep Desert is just 6 strength, and he never took B spoils here. I think Gurney is
Very
kind
passive
of
move here.
risking the line here. Staban just goes Assembly Hall. I think Staban is taking too long here. He is taking too long now. He's got to get spies on these factions. I think maybe is he just gonna just not even bother playing instead of
Maybe
contract and just reveal it with Guild
maybe
Spy?
he pulled Guild Spy and he
He
has
might
it
have
now.
Guild Spy in contracts. He's just gonna reveal it hard way. I think that's what he's gonna do here. It's free persuasion. He's got.
Yeah. I think he does have the 3 persuasion card.
This is crazy.
It looks like to be what's going on here. Yeah, Muad'Dib, tragic spot here. But Staban is like, he's got a lot of potential to catch up here, but there's so much work to do here. Like, Red is desperate for Yellow to win this fight somehow. And he might well do so, but if Blue wins this with Worms, he's going to be up to like 8 or 9 points.
Yeah, I think this is almost
Something's-
over if Gurney wins this.
If he wins it that heavily. So Fade Alpha's... Does Fade Alpha get dragged into like Research Station here? I don't know.
He might have to.
He might have to, yeah, because if
course.
Gurney gets like that sort of lead, like it just seems so commanding. Spice rate is just so wild when it comes out round 5, round 6. And the fact that no one has gone Deep Desert here, pretty insane. We'll see how this battle goes down, and then we'll run ourselves another poll here. Fade goes Hager Basin. It's only +3 strength here. What has he got here? Has he got mercenaries? He does have mercenaries. I just thinking like he might have mercenaries to make that move, and he does. So he gets a couple extra troops, redraws the intrigue, and that's gonna need something to think about here. These have to go in, surely. Joe is fighting for the table here, practically at this point.
You have to throw this other one in.
Has to go. Even if you've
otherwise you
got a
can
battle
do-
intrigue, you have to put this in. You cannot let Gurney Hallett win this. It's just a catastrophe, right? If you don't put it in that one troop and you lose the fight here, like it's over, right? So you have to put this in.
Because Gurney could have pulled his ring. It's a slim chance, but he did draw last round. Or last turn.
What is off? I mean, if Fade is doing this, Fade
Greedy.
is saying I've got swords in hand, and he's trying to be cheap here. But you just put it in. Can't take this risk here. So what does Gurney do? Gurney would not have been expecting reinforcements there. That has changed the equation significantly. I don't think he can't go Deep Desert, but winning now looks very speculative.
Yeah, I think still going Deep Desert's fine here, right? 'Cause even if you get second place, you're getting 2 water back. And you're
You've
going to have
got
6 spies.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's just
we
I
throw
think
your
it's fine.
garrison a bit.
Yeah.
Is there ever a call if he found like his ring or something to like
We could have found
just
something.
wildly? Is there ever a reason to not play the worms and just take the 8 spice? Just throwing it out there randomly.
Or water. I think getting the water back is too good. Extra water.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's worth it to throw in if he's.
You're trading for 3 spice for a water and a troop.
I mean, is he going to greed it another round? That's
He could.
he.
Especially if he doesn't have thumper. But that's like
Yeah.
But
any kind
what
of
if
what are you
next
gonna
round
get?
is a wall conflict, and what if the round after is a wall conflict?
Then you just have like
And,
15 spice in here.
I mean, he would do, but he ain't blowing the wall unless he's got like detonation or something wild. He could have. What if Gurney's got unexpected allies or something crazy?
That would make it a lot harder to decide to go in for sure.
I don't know. If you got unexpected allies, you could even talk yourself into maybe like some research station here.
I think if he has unexpected allies, then he probably gets gather support here and then tosses in for the second place with the.
But he
with
gathers.
the
No, he's only got
unexpected.
1 action left. He's only got 1 action left now. So gather support, like he doesn't get.
Well,
this.
he might have drawn
Yeah,
Sardaukar. Coordination. It
No,
wasn't
no,
his
I'm saying he
support,
tosses the worm in for second place. I don't think he does anything else.
Yeah, but it's so huge. Like if you win this conflict, like you're gonna think you've got like 1 foot in the in just winning. You'll be like 8 or not 8 points.
Mm-hmm.
Like how is
Yeah.
anyone gonna stop you at that point? If you look, you're so far ahead. I think if you think you can win this, I think you have to just go for it. And again, if you lose, second place ain't that bad.
So, Fade minimum has 11 strength. He has an intrigue he just drew, and he's got
Could be
3
anything.
unrevealed cards.
Yep.
Yeah, could be anything here. I think reinforcements is absolutely clutch though. That is giving giving Gurney something to think about here. If Gurney must have a battle intrigue, if he's not made the move yet, he's still thinking about. He must have something. But what could he have? Does he have maybe like the? Does he have a contingency? Does he have maybe, like the blackmail one, whatever it's called? Does he have that maybe? If he's got that, he has to just put it in though, right? It's 11 strength. He's got to think 11's good a lot of the time.
Well, Fade has 11,
Yeah, Fate is 11.
pretty much
So with
guaranteed minimum. If he pulls
yeah,
the
with the spy pull, yeah, that's the tricky part.
So yeah, there's no time limit here. He can take as long as he wants. You know, it's a grand final. But Gurney must be like real borderline here.
So yeah, like 12, I think would be the consideration. If not, just
My only guess is Gurney has like maybe like he thinks he's got like 10 strength.
yeah.
But
Heretic's
Fade can
been
also
sitting
lift a
just on-
spy. That's the other issue. Yeah, Fade can lift a spy for 11. I don't know. If Gurney thinks there's like a 20% chance he wins it, I think he has to go for it because if he does win it, like this match is possibly just over on the spot.
Oh,
He's
he has.
not gonna
He had
go
his
for it.
ring
He had
as
ring.
well, and he
So
turns
he
it
doesn't
down.
have enough. Wow, it wasn't
He
enough.
turns it down. He had his ring as well.
Wow.
He redrew it.
All right, let's do the poll
Wow.
now.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Redrew
7,
it
8.
from
Oh no, wait,
his-
wait.
his
Heretic's got
abs-
Heretic's got moved. Sorry, guys.
Unbelievable.
That is a
So-
first Spice Must Flow for
Spice Must
Steban.
Flow. First point
Lots
for
of that.
Steban in round 5 is Spice Must Flow. Crazy game, but no Guild Spy. Wow. Well, Gurney Halleck is taking a chance here and letting this go on. But if these start coming all conflicts, he may
No
have some problems.
swords.
Oh
So,
wow,
I
he could have
guess-
done it.
Oh, and Gurney didn't put it
Maybe-
in.
I think maybe Gurney only could have tied
Oh, I think Fade's
the
bluffed him.
most.
I think he's bluffed him out here.
The one,
Gur-
so
I
that's
think Gurney could've-
9.
Gurney could have won this fight here. Oh my god, and Straight Fleet's come out. But Gurney can't buy it. He's short. Wow. Crazy. Well, he is praying that this is not a walled fight, or he's got a detonation card. That's the only thing I can think here. But that is a huge save for the table here. JoMB deserves a hero award. Wild. Next poll up here. Who do you think's going to win this one? I think this is a
Wow.
lot closer now than it was 2 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone votes for Heretic, well, I'm not going to judge. I'm just going to suggest it might be a sympathy vote. Anyways, it's not. Oh my god! Well, this is probably the best thing that Gurney could have seen here. It's his other matching Thopter conflict here. That's not. It's not World. It's Shadow Contest.
Wow.
That's about as good as it could have been really for him. It's an alliance he can fight for. Intrigues he wants as a match.
And then if he has Thumper,
He's got Thumper. There's 10 spice coming his way.
potentially. There's
Holy
two
crap.
cards in his draw pile.
Not guaranteed to have it, but he's probably going to find his way there. I think he's a lucky boy. This is not a war conflict. He must have a detonation card
He's
of
really
some kind or
lucky.
another.
Yeah.
He must have detonation to make that move. Otherwise, I think that's so irresponsible. Anyways, Mardeep's up first. He draws 2 contracts, praise priority, 2 accept contracts here.
Starter
So
card
he's
for
looking
sure.
to-
Yep, I like that.
Espionage
Espionage, you
comes
get
off.
there as well.
Yep, takes
Alright.
that. So he needs to cash in all of these to get some points. I think Wardeep needs the game to go like 12 rounds here, I feel, to get back into this.
Yeah, a couple actions he needs.
Oh, dear.
Fade to Espionage.
Yep.
Tron.
That's
Looking for a
Espionage
Spice
it
Flow,
is.
maybe.
Yep, up to 6.
Or just a
Takes the
pull
lead.
Steersman.
Takes the lead officially. This is a match for Fade Ralph, by the way, it should be noted. I don't know how relevant that's going to be, but it is officially a match for him. Spies up Espionage, not unreasonable. There it is. So, 10 Spice and double worms for Gurney Halleck.
That's crazy.
You don't see that every day. You don't
Promo
see that
Thumper-
every day.
Thumper. Yeah. Great
With the
card.
Thumper. Been a
Man.
weird match, this. Been a weird game. So Staban, what does Staban do here? He probably has Guild Spy in his hand now, but is he going to be forced to use it? I'm sure we can get crazy to do something here. I think Gurney Halleck will feel that he's super close to winning this match. I think he'll feel he's really
Yeah.
close to winning this
This
match
is
here.
just 2 points for him, the conflict, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the last
again-
one would have been 3
Like
points,
3
4 points.
intrigues?
Yeah, 4 points. Manipulate for Staban, so he's going to take
Ooh.
Straight Fleet here, which is good. Gets that out of the row.
Hey, Shadow, you called manipulate.
Yep,
Very early.
a little early, but he did stumble upon it here. I think it makes sense to get that out of there. Staban has no more time. He has to just race into points now. He has to go for it. But it's so difficult. It's round 6. He's got 1 faction bump. He has no shipping access. He's got a couple of really strong cards here. Wardeep was looking early favourite, now looking pretty distant, and Chad agrees. Wardeep down to 4% of the poll. So Staban has got to make the magic happen. He's got to do it very quickly here. Difficult spot for Terror. Did he just leave it too late? That's the fear here. Did he just leave it too late?
I mean, everyone wants those level 3s, but if we don't get to a level 3, that matters. I mean, Gurney's just going to end up running over it, but before you get a chance to capitalize on your engine you built.
Yeah, no one was prepared to like just challenge what just to force going to take the spice early, and now he's got 10 spice from Deep Desert. It's just completely ridiculous. And he's got shipping access as well, and he's got coordination, remember, as well. Gurney looking ominous here.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, he has a lot of Solari too, but no privilege access. I'm gonna start working on that.
Yeah, this is...
Privilege is such a good spot, I think, in this game. Especially with
Really
your getting a bunch of like intrigues. Which you will be if he wins this fight.
Yeah, that's the thing here. The problem is he's in a real desperate spot. I think he almost has to try to wait to win next round somehow, but how does he ever win it? Arakeen, only the 1 draw, does not have any persuasion the Benny, of course. Just limps it in here. This feels like real desperation for Staban. Real desperation.
The Bond might have Highliner, right?
He's
Yeah,
got Guild Spy
Staban's-
almost certainly.
He's got a
almost
couple
certainly
He's got Guild
Spy.
Spy and the
So-
other 5 cost.
I mean, Highline
Shipping in.
here does not feel great. Unless you've got maybe the Ornithopter endgame match card, then maybe sure. But other than that, it feels terrible. But he might have little choice here. Wardib, of course, needs to start cashing these contracts now. Well, 2 rounds ago, really. So much work to do here. But they're all in different spots, and one of them needs a Spice of Flow. He's tried to get once and missed.
Yeah, it's tough.
Of course, last round, forced to reveal early, he had no legal moves, which was disgusting. I know, of course, there is the... Go on.
I mean, Muad'Dib could have... I mean, this could be a turn to push in for Highliner, although... I mean, you have so many things you want to do. You know, you've got to go to all these 4 spaces, or actually 3 spaces in a Spice Mist Flow, so it's going to do, 1.5 rounds, or almost, yeah, that's too much.
Could he ever build up, maybe with a Sardaukar move now, and then look to go next conflict, perhaps?
Maybe.
Sardaukar does potentially get you your Spice Mist Flow, right? Because it's draw 2, okay.
Yeah.
Contract 5
What?
from Wadi.
Okay. He must have no persuasion in hand then. Or like hardly any.
Yeah, I'm a little shocked about that, actually.
Funny enough, you got a meme actually. I'll quickly throw it up here. There was a meme from a game where like it was up there in the top there, where Gurney had like 5 contracts in the middle up there. Feels very similar at the moment, a little bit.
Completing what?
Yeah. Vader Alpha just gets his sword master. So everyone's got their sword masters.
Everyone's gonna be a little worried about Fade here, because I mean, Fade's doing very well, and
yeah, he is technically in the lead at this point.
Vader Alpha puts his spy on council after going sword master with no money and no access to privilege.
Interesting.
Is he trying
to block
here, maybe?
Yeah. He's thinking about access to council next round. So
maybe he has the drop for 4 Solari once.
He could have that, yeah.
See. Gurney Halleck just wants to put the foot on the pedal now. He's just trying to work out how best to do this. He knows he's close. He knows he's close here. He played patient last round, which was risky. He's had a pretty decent result in the combat, I would argue here. But he might feel he's still got to win the next fight as well. That's the only thing for Gurney here. He probably feels that he's got to win next round.
I don't mind like shipping maybe.
Got so much spice. I mean, he's got lot of options here. Does he go for a second alliance?
Yeah, he's
wow.
for the
Research station draw 3. What's he playing here? Chadam's favor. Okay. Has he got? He puts him in.
That means he must have a line to end, right? If he's throwing them all in, or just really afraid of Highliner.
No, I don't think he has a line to end this round.
I can't see how he has a line to end it. Does he have just like the retreat? He must have a retreat card, right? And he's just chucking them in, I guess, because he's gonna win. He's gonna get 2 intrigues. So he's just bulldozing him in, and he's intending to like retreat some troops.
The retreat
I think that's it.
For Spice? I think
he's got like tactical option. He's got to retreat a ton of troops here.
Could be tactical option.
He's just trying to set the initial price too high for everyone.
I counsel.
Staban.
Second point. First contract,
everyone. First contract for Muad'Dib. He got there in the end. With just the deliver supplies here, but I feel like that's what's coming. I think Gurney's just got tactical option. He's just going to throw in all the troops just to clear out his hand for a couple of intrigues so he doesn't get stolen from. I think he reckons he must like his 3rd intrigue, whatever it is.
He's still getting 3, right? So guess to get rid of his other 2 if he doesn't.
So Fader Alpha here. Because it is worth noting that there is cash prizes scaling up for all 4 seats here. But obviously, money and the prestige all centered upon winning this match here. Fade will feel like he's got half a chance, but Gurney looking very difficult here to kind of get over the top is this. But Fade will feel like he's got, given how bad his start was in round 2, I think he'd be pretty happy to even be kind of still in this game. Muad'Dib starting a snowball, says Paul Dennon. I don't know how best to respond to that statement. Fade's gonna use beast spoils here. He will get a troop extra because he has a got a flag with the Fopter, but that's it. That feels kind of not good. Looks like he's off to teach.
Water. What?
Fine.
He's thinking between water and spice refinery.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Hold on. It says he went to siege twice.
Yeah, I think that was 2 water.
No, he had one already, I think.
No, he didn't.
Did not have a
Oh,
troop.
did it? No, because it only gave him one troop. That's fine, I think.
I've got on my chat. It says sending ancient to siege, measure of water. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had a water before the round started. I don't know why. It must be a.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I thought he had an extra
Yeah,
troop.
just-
No, we got the
just-
troop from beast spoils. That's right. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, just checking that, making sure.
Yep.
Don't want to repeat
Queen
that
says-
semi-final and like erroneous flags and don't need any of that. Not today.
Queen says, honestly, if Muad'Dib didn't buy the second contract card and just revealed the first one for Spice those rounds, I think he'd be doing much better. I think you'd be right.
Yeah, I mean, going the second contract when it's out there, he feels like he probably has to go for it, but it causes so many other problems, and I think we saw that happen in the last round. He could be a bit deterministic about it, admittedly, but even so, it's the
It's a
barn
bit of
with
greedy play. Yeah.
yet more intrigues here. His third trip to Assembly Hall this game.
I think so, yeah.
If it gets him a Spice Must Flow, then I think this is absolutely fine.
Yeah, he has to. I assume that he does. He's got it via Guild Spy. He's going to start accumulating points here, but a lot of work to do. Muad'Dib with 5, more Spice with Delivery Agreement, but of course these are just revealing for Spice at the moment. Heretic just perhaps being too long here. Taban obviously did put Strike Fleet to the side as well. That is a backup here, but I think he'll be happy just to get this out of the game and just take spots over with Spiceless Flow. He'll be happy with that if that's what he's got, but we'll see. Fade Ralph with 6.
Already has 13 cards in his deck. This would be the 14th card. It's a bit much. But you never know.
Arrakis Revolt, you might have to gamble at this point. It's a big card if you can get it. Its reveal is also pretty good. I don't hate going for Arrakis Revolt. I think that's totally fine. He does go for it.
With 2 water here, you definitely see Rex Revolt.
Bags
Huge
of
for
persuasion.
Gurney.
What's he got? He does have
Oh.
politics. Does he have he doesn't have
He play one more?
He doesn't. Okay. I assume he's got tactical option. Or he just thinks if he just wins his command league, he's just going to win the game.
Buy access would put him at 9, right?
Put in something crazy. I don't think he does have it. So
Buy access would win. Buy access would
Yeah.
win the game.
I know. The barn does get the Spiceman's Flow with Guild, so a couple of bumps. Does accumulate a couple of points here. But yeah, maybe Gurney thinks he's just going to win this. He thinks he can just force a win here, and he's just going to be so far ahead, he's just confident he can win it. Gurney should have 3 swords. This is true. He gets 2 for coordination because of Imperial Sword Spy Master. It is a good spot. The thing is as well, if Gurney does like take the Bene Gesserit Alliance, I don't see how he's ever losing it either. But yeah, Gurney just thinks he's gonna win this match. He's not even retreating any of his troops, so Gurney assumes he's winning at this point. He does not.
This is
believe
combat
he's
4.
losing this game.
Combat 4 is
gonna-
1.
He thinks this is game over. He gets 3 intrigues, of course. He also gets the Benny Alliance, so he could be stolen from. He's up to 8, and he's gonna think he's got a foot in the win this tournament here.
Wow.
Yep, he's got all the spice. He's got all the Solari.
And Spice Refinery comes up here. It's a mouse. There's only one mouse, and that's the barn. And he ain't winning this fight, you don't think? I think someone has to try and stop Gurney Halleck, and might have to even consider some secret stealing here. It's a difficult thing to commit to, but I just feel someone has to try and stop Gurney Halleck from scoring here. So ominous.
How do
He's
you
probably
stop
got
him?
coordination. Does he have coordination in hand here as well, I think?
No, he played it. It was revealed last round.
It was
Yeah.
revealed, so... But I think Gurney reckons he's just going to end the game here. He's pretty confident he's going to. to put in that amount of forces in that conflict, he must assume he's got this. Doesn't mean he does. I think the table has to kind of get together and work out how they're going to stop Gurney. It's in all their best interests.
I mean, I don't think he could be stopped, right? Like,
It's hard to say.
he gets to
Gurney,
10 really simply just by bumping Fremen up Emperor.
Yep.
I mean, Fremen could be blocked if Fade goes Frem kit.
He has shipping access with ton of spice.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways that Gurney can end this, and Gurney reckons he's going to.
Man, you could actually ship twice, probably. You ship, Emperor bump, privilege, ship again.
Yeah, shipping's there. This is what happens, you give Gurney Halleck, a deep desert thumper with 5 bonus spice, that's pretty bad. And that's what we're seeing here.
And plus, we don't know his intrigues. The only
No,
one I think you could
they're all
contest
random. They could be
would
anything.
be Fane, right?
Mm-hmm.
As the closest
It's not as easy
chance
as
to
saying
get
just
to
go
10.
shipping spice must flow. It's not as easy as that. He has no high council. I mean, he could try and go for it, but, it's not guaranteed to get spice or slow here. It's a bit awkward. Fade's just gonna draw a load of cards at Arakeen here. Basically turn it into kind of a cheap man's research station.
Okay.
See? Draws 3 cards here, but this feels pretty bad. Is this going to degenerate into a fight for second place? Possible.
This is going to be interesting.
Could degenerate that way.
I don't know, guys. I'm not sure who's going to win yet.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's as clear as it
Fade
looks.
could have gone Arrakis Revolt.
Yeah,
Might change
he's
things.
making a move for it, but he needs more spice for it to be usable, though. That's the only problem here. He needs 2 spice.
Reveals steered. No.
Yeah, but if you reveal, then you can't
That's
play
true,
revolt.
yeah.
So he needs to muster something somewhere. Move the camera across for you to touch here.
Shipping.
Shipping. Might as well just go
If you falls
Fremen.
behind, goes for the Fremen instead. Okay.
Yep.
Does not want to double ship.
There's a mouse played.
Oh,
So
mouse is
just
gone.
protect his hand.
Likes his intrigues.
Yep. No, and Fade either couldn't or didn't decide to make any steals. So
well, what does that say to you? I mean, he plays the mouse combat. This is a mouse conflict.
I mean,
he
you
just
put all his
can't win
troops
the
in next
conflict.
round.
Is that what he's
He's
saying?
not
I mean, yeah.
He's not
There's hardly
interested
anyone in
in
there.
Saying it, he doesn't
not-
need to. He doesn't need to win the
Yeah.
conflict. That's what he's saying. It's a show of
Yeah,
force.
he's gonna let
That's
them
true.
just beat the tar out of each other. Staban grabs contract number 5. The cash as well.
Interesting. Well, how's Muad'Dib going to get back into this one? Is this espionage?
Don't think
you
it's
might
possible.
I don't know.
I mean,
well, yeah, maybe.
He might just close his eyes. High line here. Figures not much else to do. But Desert Mouse is out and he doesn't have a match. He doesn't have any money. It's not worked out for Muad'Dib here. This at all.
Yeah, that went round 5. Swordmaster and then nothing else. Round was terrible for Heretic. Possible to catch up.
I think Sardaukar is where I would go, and he does. He needs the card draw. He's just got to make something happen. Gets more intrigues.
Contract number 2 completed. Yep.
Contract
I'll say
2.
the one thing that Gurney doesn't have going is he currently does not have access to privilege, as he chose not to go up an Emperor.
No.
Yeah, I would
But
have
he must-
totally taken privilege there.
So, does Fade Ralph, if he's got access to Duke with the service, he has to go there now, right? He has to stop Gurney scoring this 10th point, doesn't he? Right? Fade has to go dutiful. Sorry, it's mandatory, right?
Unless he thinks he could get to 10. But then
I mean, if you
have
let
to
Gurney
get to
go
11.
to dutiful, it's over, right? It's just game over. You have to try and
Yeah.
keep it going. I think if Fade Ralph has access, he has to go there. I don't think there's any debate. It's still a point for Yellow as well, which he does want. If the game ends, he's still fighting for second. But I think if he's got access to dutiful, I think it's mandatory. And I kind of hope he does have access. But I feel like if he was going to do it, he already would have done. Looks pretty bad.
Fade probably has steersman, right?
This could be it here. This could well be all she wrote. I mean, Gurney's won almost every combat in the match.
Yeah, I
Look, a
think
chance of passing
Muad'Dib
Spice
could
for it.
potentially chase, for sure.
And
Someone
I
could
mean,
definitely chase.
there are chances to steal alliances. It is possible, and that would be pretty insane. I can only assume Fade Ralph does not have faction access. Otherwise, he would have surely played it by now.
Well, what are they thinking about here? They need some. What do they need? All sorts of resources. They don't have access to a lot of things right now.
The problem is, we don't know what mindset Fade is. Fade trying to win this match, or is Fade just trying to secure second?
I think everyone should probably be playing for first, right?
And it steers to deliver supplies.
Oh.
So arms up for some water here.
Interesting.
Deep desert?
That's what they're threatening. But they don't have any money. And if Gurney's got access to Dutiful, like, it's just over, right? But he's gonna dig. He has to find it. There's some cards. Spy Masters there. Diplo. Coordination. I mean, Gurney could still have this game won with several intrigues could win the game here if he's got the likes of... puts in the troops. That's interesting. Does he have, like, buy access?
Well.
Does he have
He figures it's the
stockpiling?
last round.
There's so many intrigues that he can just win the game here. So many. Putting in the troops there kind of feels like he thinks he's got it. But we'll see. Back to Staban. Again, good deck, but it's just taken too long to get the engine going. Probably has Interstellar Trade in hand, but I think he's just going to reveal it for 5 persuasion. No, he plays it!
Oh no, he's going to play it.
He plays it to gather support. For the water.
So research station for Tuek, trying to dig for Guild Spy.
Guild Spy. It's the only thing I can think of going on here. He's going to go for it here.
It's crazy.
He feels he might as well gamble. No one else is going research station. I don't think Fade Alpha's ever going there. But who knows? Walls are up.
Yep.
So, we'll see. Here we go then. Muad'Dib goes espionage. Does not go secrets.
Wow, everyone's playing with fire now. I mean, Gurney has an extra action. Like, no one is respecting this.
No,
yeah,
no one
this is crazy.
And I would love to have seen Muad'Dib go secrets there instead of privilege. I know why he went. I guess I get why he went there, but still. I don't know, but now he's not got enough spice for change allegiances unless he reveals, I guess. That's assuming he has it. If he does, then this game gets blown wide open. I don't know, I just think secrets, if you've got change allegiances, you protect. I don't know, like
he has privilege now too, which might be a reason why he wanted that Solari.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, cash for that. Yeah, I didn't see that. People just seem to hate secrets in this game. Terrible space. No one likes it. Anyways. Fade goes refinery for some...
He has to have unexpected allies or something then, right?
So Paul then wants to know why secrets?
Just... I mean, I assume he has a card to protect his spice flow, but I forgot he's got the espionage contract, so yeah, you go that way. Did Gurney... Oh, Gurney may not have drawn it. Has Gurney Hallett not drawn Emperor access? He had a lot of cards to get in there, but he's not playing immediately.
He's five cards, 1 extra persuasion. He's almost bound to have a spice flow, right?
I don't know. Not guaranteed. Not guaranteed.
Oh, yep.
High Council.
This goes for the spice flow.
I mean, if he's got it, then sure, but it's, again, still not a guarantee he has it there. He may have just drawn pretty bad, some Dunes and such. The Barn
Six and
Tuek.
4 cards.
The Barn
Definitely
Tuek's
think we're
going to
gonna see
lift the
this
Spy.
end.
He's going to move the Spy to get the triple draw on Research Station.
Really hoping for that guild spy, I guess.
Hoping and
Extra
praying.
point.
I'd love to see another round too, 100%. I'd love to see another round.
Yeah, another round changes things.
I'd love to see a round 8 in this game. Not just because it means we're here longer, but, you know. I think it'd be an 8th round would be really interesting.
So, has Highliner not been played this game?
Nope.
No.
Oh, interesting.
It's been a pretty wild match, this. It has gone against a lot of expectations. A lot of crazy stuff has gone on. But the only way this game carries on is if something special happens here. Imperial Privilege.
There's the privilege
Wadi
play.
digs. Yep. Does he have another access to Bene Gesserit? Does Muad'Dib have another Bene Gesserit access card to, like, hit secrets and just hope he finds something? Siege Ritual, maybe. He has to pull an agent. It's got to be Sardaukar, surely.
Deciding whether he wants to toss some intrigue or not. Okay, Sardaukar.
I mean, if he doesn't switch an intrigue, it brings up big questions what he's got here. I think he might have the likes of Spring the Trap in his hand. The fact he's got obviously he's got all these spies. Ditches Fopter. That's where that was. No good to him. Muad'Dib could be the only person that sent this game into an 8th round.
Maybe he does have change allegiances. And
I'm not being rough against Boo. I really hope he does. I really hope he does. Heretic got screwed round 4. I think it was. I think he deserves some justice here.
4 or 5. Oh, if he does reveal, does he reveal for a Spiceman's Flow too? Maybe. Probably not with his deck.
Who knows? About to fade. 1 action to go. Could be his last action in this tournament, for all he knows.
And the wall's up.
The wall's up. People are gonna forget.
The wall is up.
Okay.
And I hope he's got detonation. No.
Just takes the spice.
Takes the spice.
He did not forget.
He have Spice's power, maybe?
Yeah, this is a crazy low strength combat. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. It's been that sort of match. Does Fade Ralpha have change allegiances? Is he just going to spin and hope to find his way to steal this alliance? He's got
there's the buy access.
He's got buy access. It's a point. Oh, what's this? Opportunism?
No, I think you take it somewhere else.
You gotta just try and make a spin at the bench. You have to try something. One of these two factions. You've got to try and chase blue. Yeah, why play it now, though? Why not play it later? That is curious. Cannot take it back with the Emperor, of course. Only gets the 1 bump there. Yeah, why play this now, not later? The only reason you play this now is to try and get in front of something. But if he's going to get in front of something, he would have just already played it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you should just wait for reveal, but...
Oh, he's got it! He's got it so hard, I hit the space bar by accident. Change allegiances. He does have it. Oh my god. Unbelievable.
Okay.
You can never defend against the triple bump. I've been saying it for years. Unbelievable. There is a twist in this game yet.
So the only issue here is that even if he wins it, it's not 2
and
points.
Gurney missed. He has no Spice Must Flow either. He's at 7.
Gurney could still win conflict, potentially.
I mean, who knows what's going to happen here?
And then
the conflict is so cheap. It's the bomb with Spice or Slow with Guild Spy. Gets
Oh my
himself a couple
god.
of points.
The spacing is not even safe now. That's
And
crazy.
all of a sudden, this game has accelerated into life. Let me move across here a touch so you guys can see a bit better. I'm sorry I hit the space, but I was just like so excited. Just hit it accidentally.
Yeah, it looks good.
Joe Hero again. Correct.
What is happening? I mean, Fade Ralph, if he somehow wins this, I mean, there's a lot going on here. And Wardeep's still got an action, by the way, kids.
Deep 3 points at reveal. He would need a Spice of Flow and both those contract cards, right?
Yes.
But the thing, if blue wins the fight, it's still game over. If yellow wins the fight, I mean, it probably keeps going. I don't think he's got 2 points here.
Yeah, it has to be yellow to send it into another round.
Wardeep, Arakeen, he gets the extra troop, of course, and the spy. So he gets to put in a total.
Does Moadeep win this conflict?
Wardeep might win this fight.
He's going in 4 here. Or he could.
He has to. He's got no choice. What is going to happen? Intrigues. This game has just. I don't know. I have no idea what's about to happen.
Staban gonna win the fight. Anyone can win the fight.
I think Wardeep's got Spring the Trap. I really do. I really think Wardeep's got Spring the Trap here. Or at least he's got Fine Weakness, which is the one spy for 5.
They're going in.
Uh-oh.
Man,
And
this is what
all of a
happens
sudden-
when no one throws in super hard. It's impossible to call.
Wardeep, by the way, also has his 4 contracts now as well, so he can now start revealing those for points.
And if Heretic wins this conflict, he comes, and he's got a Spice and Swell this round. He gets up there too, and it's all of a sudden super close game.
All to play for. I mean, it's what we want to see as neutrals. We want to see an 8th round. We want to make it close. It'll be an amazing end. But who knows? Fade Ralph first has got 8 swords!
Man, CJ was just like waiting for this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, guys, I don't know.
Joe's got 8 swords. But I don't think he's got any battle entries. He's going to have to hope this holds, but Gurney could have Spring. Wardeep could have Spring. Gurney could have Spice's Power even. Joe is far from certain he's going to reveal here, but he cannot end this game. He does not have the money. He doesn't have the match. So yellow winning, the game continues.
Did he pull a spy?
And Wardeep he did. And Wardeep has both contract cards. They both cash. They both cash for points. He's somehow got them in. I don't know how he did that, but he did.
4, 5, 6.
What a boss.
7.
That is incredible.
There we go.
Gets him to 6. No Spice and
awesome.
Slow. He's short. He's only got 7.
It's a spy down here. Did he place that already? Might have.
He's just deciding where it goes. I think because he has 3 right now.
He has 3, so he can lift to put 1 back if he wants to. Is there a twist here? Fade's sitting on 16. Is 16 enough here? It might be. Blue passes.
Oh, yellow passed. Blue passes, yep.
Yellow passes, blue passes. Red has nothing, and green has nothing either. We're going 8 rounds. We are going 8 rounds.
All of a sudden, this is anyone's game.
Wow. I think you better get one more poll up, Mr. Chris.
Yeah. All right, one more time.
Unbelievable. So, it's 8 rounds.
Propaganda.
Fade on 9.
One time?
8. Staban 7. Wardeep on 6. And after several rounds of dominance, all of a sudden, anything can happen here. What is it? It's Arakeen.
2 matches out there.
It's Arakeen. It's neutral. Yellow's flag should be on the whatever it is, but the flag's glitched a little bit here.
Where is it?
It's over his board. If you like,
it's on there.
Unlock it and relock it quickly. The flag.
Oh, yeah.
I can't see it.
There you go, and that works. It's occasionally it doesn't update, but if you unlock it and relock it, it updates for everyone.
Yep.
Little trick there. So here we go then. So Arakeen is a dagger conflict. Daggers in the hands of Gurney and Wardeep. It's spy revealing. Gurney is not set up for this. Wardeep is. There is spice everywhere. Fade Ralph is in the lead, but no resources.
Forge Master trolling us with the shame it's not propaganda. Yeah,
I know. Look, it's not the propaganda memorial tournament. Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping for propaganda.
It's not the propaganda memorial tournament. Wall is still down, by the way. It should be noted. The wall is still down.
wall's
But
up.
well, that's what I meant. That's what I
What do
meant.
you mean,
It's up.
Left or right? It's the wall's left. The wall's
Yeah,
right.
you know what I mean. It's still there, but now we've gone through about what? There's about 20 intrigue cards, so the odd there being some kind of detonation is very high. Who
we've
blinks
seen
first?
only one special
Only
mission.
one. That was the barn, yep. And Gurney is up first.
One has a ton of spice as well.
Well, this is interesting.
Basing
Saban
Alliance
highlights
isn't
Spice
safe.
everywhere. Yeah, spacing isn't safe. Like, this could bite Fade in the butt here. I mean,
Man,
I think you do it. He did it
made
right, you know.
He had no choice. He has to make that move to keep the game going. Like
Yeah.
just has to make it. But it's you know Bene Gesserit's awkward now. Fade can find himself in some really dire spots here. But I mean, if you wanted a grandstand finish to the first ever Uprising competition, you're gonna get it. It didn't look like it 40 minutes ago, but we're here. What a way this is gonna finish out here. Gurney is first to act, however, which is pretty huge, I think, in this situation. He gets to dictate how this round's going to look. Now, what access does he have? His diplomacy is in his deck. His coordination is in his deck.
He did
Spymaster,
Guild
he's
Spymaster. Yeah.
Oh, he's just going to send it to Dutiful just for the point. Ooh, that hurts. Did he miss both coordination and diplomacy? That would be tragic. The barn now has highline opportunities.
And 15 cards in his deck. That's what happens.
And there is Skating Guild favor, so Staban rips it here.
Yep, I like this a lot. Yeah,
but he
leave the
has both
spy.
spies.
I also like this.
He has both spies. He has to leave him. He's got to try for it. Surely this is the last round of this tournament.
That's the last card in his deck, and then he's got to get to his discard pile. He's trying to draw spy, so
Yeah, so hard. Wardeep's going to play Cargo Runner. It's a double draw. He has 4 contracts completed now. Arakeen is a triple draw with no spy. Which is pretty hardcore. There are intrigues all over the place still.
And
There could be battle intrigues out there as well. Like, none were played last round. That doesn't necessarily mean no one has them. Blue might have been saved.
distraction to Highliner.
Oh, if he's got distraction, it's
Come
so
on, one time.
insane.
hey!
He does. He does. Does he have the access, though? We're about to find out.
Yes!
He does. He's got it.
Love this.
Oh, my God.
Heretic has a chance to win because this is huge for
Wow.
him.
And he would lift a point here.
This is
And
a
it's
match. This will get him if he has Spice and Flow. Also, it's the friendship point,
Yep.
and he could pay.
There's 11
spies.
points on the cards, yeah. He could score 5 here. Fade defends. Not the move he wanted to make, but I don't think he has much choice. He knows Highline's coming from Staban, so he makes the defense. Well, potentially. Gurney privileges first. Double drawing. Gurney digging for cards. He's looking for coordination. Highline's out the question now.
Contract
Contract
Muad'Dib.
Dib. Show him profits! Oh! Muad'Dib didn't have it! I thought Muad'Dib might have had it is when I actually found it, but he doesn't. Nor does Staban. That's brutal for both of them. Gurney had it. Horrible. Man, that's a good feeling transfer for Gurney Halleck.
I think we need a poll now, CJ.
I just
The
did a
poll.
poll.
Last round.
There is a
Oh,
poll.
it is? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I think
I
we
did
should
a poll.
close it
Here, I'll
before we
end
go
it,
any
yeah.
further. Everyone's had one action. I think we got to close it here. Gurney
Everyone's
Halleck.
on the
Ooh,
Gurney
Gurney still.
But everyone's got a
Muad'Dib's
shot
close.
And Muad'Dib
Yeah.
went at 1.4%. Now he's at 29.
here. Yeah. I think it is that close, kids. I think it's legitimately that close. Anyone could win here. Fade Ralpha is looking a bit dicey, though. Hard to see where he's scoring more points. He has one endgame, potentially, but Fopter's out. Desert Mouse is out. He hasn't put any Spicemas flows. Chowan Profits was nothing, so... What is Fade Ralpha sitting on? Does he have stockpiling, maybe? Maybe he's going to just take a Fremen bump and just cash in the water for a point.
How does
Big moments.
Bond win this game?
I don't know.
Starts with winning conflict, right?
Yeah, if they win the combat, they
It's few points.
don't win. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Staban, he has to try to win the fight, but he knows Muad'Dib is going Highline.
I mean, he could still get there. He could recall, right? Oh no, he
Siege.
can't get it. He can't get the privilege. Privilege was taken.
Does he have a wall break?
Does he have a wall break? Does he have dispensation? Does he have the Council's ambition? Gives you the 2 water if you've got the High Council seat. Maybe research station is coming. Maybe wall break in deep desert's coming. It's possible.
Dr. Fishify has a lot of money on Paul. He's
Well, I tell you what, that money looked dead to rights 30 minutes ago.
yeah.
And
It's
all
looking
of a
better now.
sudden, I'd say there's some chances here. I don't think Heretic believes he's still in this match. He must have felt it was all over when that early reveal, round 3 or 4, one action, nowhere else to go. He must have thought the tournament was over, and all of a sudden he's got half a chance here. Pretty insane finish. What does Muad'Dib do? His one loose action.
Yep.
He's gonna go secrets, is he, for just intrigue diving? He is.
Intrigues? Yep, he could find
He just intrigue
Shadow
diving.
Alliance?
He could have Shadow Alliance. Very possible. That would make that a much even better looking move. But I think just pulling 2 intrigues doesn't feel that bad a move here. And I don't see Fade Ralpha going secrets a lot here to defend. Change Leeches is gone. Byaxis is gone. Can't see, the Alliance is probably safe, so I don't think Fade Ralpha goes secrets off in here. So I think this is a pretty free move for Muad'Dib. Just trying to find some battle intrigues, I think.
His
He's got
Highlander
one
puts
spy.
him at
He has anything
20
Thank you all for
strength.
watching. We'll be back with more coverage
20
of
just
the
on Garrison
Stoneburner
alone.
Open as it concludes here on Hidden Assets. Take care,
Maybe
everybody.
he's digging for like Shadow Alliance. It is out there. We've gone through about half the deck at this point.
Priority contracts and deliver agreement early into the Exodia cargo runner.
I mean,
Heretic
if
deserves
Heretic,
it.
if Heretic wins this, it's one of the greatest tournament wins ever. If he comes back and wins this, I will go as far as say it now. It is one of the greatest victories ever. There is a detonation, but he would just use it to chuck the troops in. So that's 2 out. There's still a couple out there though. Unexpected allies is also still a thing.
There's another detonation, another special mission, I think.
Yep. Fade Ralpha. Spice Refinery with Ecological.
Oh, wow.
So he double draws. Now, why go Refinery and not say Fremkit?
He wants privilege.
That must be why. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got the spy there, so that's what he's playing for. Be interesting to see if he swings his intrigue out when he goes privilege or not. Keep an eye out for that. He might not do so. If he doesn't, he likes what he's got. But I don't see what he could have that's worth points at this time. Apart from maybe like some weird opportunism or something.
Opportunism could be used for a point if no one bumps either of his alliances.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I don't know.
But the thing is, if he does go privilege, he will be 1 Solari short, right?
Gurney's life isn't very easy here, but they've got a clean shot to shipping. They need that right now.
I mean, look at this, the state of the Bene Gesserit alliance. I mean, just look at it.
It could be totally stolen here, pretty easily.
It is Seek's Ritual we have not seen. That's
Yep.
the only one left out there is Seek's Ritual. We have not seen that. That is discard a card for a Fremen or Benny Bump.
There are 24
is-
cards left in the intrigue deck. So
Yeah.
we've gone through a lot of it.
A lot of the deck, let's say half the deck is out. Could well be out there. Big moments here for Gurney. He thought, I think 2 rounds ago, he thought he was going to win it. Maybe he should have just barreled it all in after all its Spice Freighters and just taken it down. Was that the move? Should he have just gone for the kill shot right there? He waited, and now we're here.
It's a pretty
Gurney
hard
was-
move to make, I think. Going for
Maybe.
Spice Raiders.
Yeah, that one is tough when your opponent's showing 11. I don't think he had it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you after the game.
I don't know. I have a feeling he did, and he chose not to go for it. But we'll see. If he does, if that was the case, and he doesn't win this, he will be looking back on that in horror. But it's the history now. He's here. He's got 10 spice. He has no potential to win combat.
Oh,
Assembly hall with coordination. This is
Whoa.
desperation, and contingency is played.
Huh.
That is a I don't think I've got much else to do move.
So that's
Why
a
did
spice
he?
mix
There's the
for
wall
probably.
break.
Yep.
There's the bust.
Oh, but he
There
loses
is
the
the
spy
bust.
for it.
He loses a spy for it, but
Does he have
I
his
don't think.
ring?
Yep.
He has
Yes, he
his ring.
And
does.
there is the ring.
It's not enough right now.
No.
Highliner still beats it.
What? What is this intrigue?
Fishing for the intrigue?
He gets
Find
another
out
one.
later.
Does he have Spice's power? Does he have like Spring the Trap and he's just willing to sacrifice it to win the fight? I don't know.
Oh my god.
Chris Knife endgame point is still out there, by the way. I don't think we've seen that.
No, we saw the other two, I believe.
Wadeep just has the highline, right? Like, what other move could he possibly have?
He didn't draw access. That would be the.
If he didn't draw access, I mean, that's insane.
He did get spy back from ring. Yep.
Yep. Put it on the Fremen and paid the 2 Slari for his for an intrigue. That's how the ring works there. Well, he's gonna have to win this one, Sneaker, if he wants any chance of winning this.
It's tough.
If he hasn't drawn Highliner access, I mean, that's insane. But I feel like he must have done to have gone secrets. If he didn't have Highliner access, he would have gone espionage, right? Right?
He would have had enough spice.
He wouldn't have the spice to get there. Wow.
And this is still anyone's game.
And he's not moved. He mustn't have access. This is brutal. What a... I mean, he has rolled with the punches as Heretic. And he's done incredibly well to even get back to this point.
He did a lot of it without even like any water this entire game. Like he's played without water. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, there it is. He has the access.
All right, there's
He has
access.
to. He's got no choice. Wheels within wheels. He gets a couple of Slari for his troubles as well. Yeah. I don't think there was any other move that made any sense. This is going to come down to intrigues between red and green here. You would imagine. Fade Ralpha is praying he's got a point somewhere. Gurney is as well. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I mean, he was just... I don't see what else other move made any sense, but, you know, I don't mind them taking some time here. It's the final round of a tournament in the grand final. Take as long as you want.
Does it give up a Spiceless flow for it? I mean, still have to go for this.
I mean, he's got no choice. You could be giving up 2 Spiceless flows. I think you still got to go for it, right?
Yeah.
Fade Ralph of Ring. Privilege. Gets a couple of spice. Does he spin the intrigue? That is the big question here.
Maybe.
He does. There's Fine Weakness. So Staban and Muad'Dib don't have it. That's a big card to see here. So Fade Ralph could have anything at this point. Does Fade Ralph... I don't think Fade can possibly lift up Deliver Supplies here. His alliance is really scary. I think he has to leave that down there.
Yep, that's fine. Now, did he pull Steersman from that? 1 and 7, I think.
Who knows? So a couple of Spice to Fade, courtesy of his ring here. Scrambling for any point he can.
Alright, Gurney. Gurney's going to reveal for a Spiceless, though, probably.
Gonna reveal was early. Takes point 10. There was ambition. Does he have unexpected allies?
Nope.
No, just taking the water here. So Gurney's shutting his eyes and hoping he's going to win this.
Ooh, the double dagger might be the difference.
Double dagger helps. It's close. Is Gurney Hallett going to win this off some crazy conflict here? Gurney still probably thinks he's favourite to win here. He could have secured Spice Trade as well. That'd be huge.
There's a Spiceless
flow from Muad'Dib. Gets his friendship.
Point.
That's 0.8. Yeah. If he wins this without cost of Spice, he gets to 11 points. There is no way this is about to happen. There is no way this is about to go down. Also, yeah, by the way, That is worth noting.
Water tiebreak. Wow.
There is so much insanity that could happen here. We are just here to sit and watch. We are but spectators.
What a game this has been.
Couldn't have asked for a better finish. Hope you guys have enjoyed. However this goes down, has been some finish. Creep is just fingers crossed at this point. He has no more impact on this game. He is just hoping amongst all hope he holds on here.
I just saw Paul's comment in chat.
Could be the greatest comeback ever. No, Wardeep has no worm. He's got no way to generate the worm. But
Yeah,
still
he'd only get 2
points.
points. Or is it 3?
Three.
Yeah, it's 3
He'd
points.
still generate 3 if he spends the 5. But I still think he's got Spring the Trap as a backup if he needs it. But Spring the Trap only gets him to 10 and he can't win it because he'd lose on Spice tiebreak at this point to Gurney. So here we go. Fade, one more action. Can he scramble a point?
He found it!
He found Steers.
Nice.
He found Steers.
Wait, why is he going there?
That I'm not so sure.
Why is he going there?
Why not go like a set contract or anything?
He pulls off privilege, somehow gets a spy there and goes again. I don't know.
I don't see there's another way to get a spy there.
Wait, what?
Why not go accept contract? Just draw twice.
Why don't you go to the Emperor?
You can't with that card.
Yeah, not Steersman, you can't.
Oh, not Steersman. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's the
Did Fate stumble upon opportunism? Maybe it's still yellow. Still you, man.
Yeah, true.
And red and green are having to sweat this out here as well, and so is blue. They are all sweating this out here, while yellow is just playing their own little game. It's hilarious.
Oh my god.
I mean, if yellow has a spice and slow, he's at 10 also.
He's also at 10, but I don't know how he gets to 10. I'm not sure he's got it. What a time to be having a 5-agent turn at the end of round 8. When it's revealed, everyone desperate to win here, and yellow is just all eyes are on them. Nearly 150 sets of eyes are on Fader Alpha right now, watching what he's gonna do.
I think this was weird. I don't know if that space was what he wanted. Like
I would have gone accept contract and just double draw. Surely I don't know what that was about, but
yeah.
Nope, he got 2 spice. He was a trip back. Double agent. He's going to take what spice he can. Does he have stockpiling? No, it was opportunism. It was opportunism. The alliances are safe. No one could get any more bumps here, so that is point 10.
Oh man, what a game!
Fade Ralpha is still behind Gurney though, and I don't see how Fade Ralpha has a Spicer's Flow in hand here.
No, it's
surely he's played
impossible.
out.
It's a pretty insane draw though.
He's played out, so he gets the 10. He cannot win. He will hope for second. Here we go.
And Heretic just
what
playing
is
for
got?
the.
He got anything?
Oh!
It is Spice's power.
That's
and
huge.
what is Wadi to save his tournament? Does he have anything? I don't think he does.
No,
he doesn't. Oh, and Heretic came so close to pulling this back.
3 points.
Wadi gets only 2 points though, and he's behind on Spice. Is it 3? He had the worm. It's 10.
Does he have an end game? What end game does he qualify
Secure
for?
Spice trade wins the match. Fopta wins the match.
Oh! The CJ is like...
Slow roll. It's all end games. Shadow Knights for blue. And blue did have it. He called it earlier.
Yep.
And stockpiling was up right. There was the Chris knife up there as well.
Wow. Well, it didn't necessarily come down to an intrigue because even at 10 points, Gurney was still winning on tiebreakers.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
It was really close though. Like really hard to explain the game when you know what's going on.
Of course, I've been there. I've been there. Goodness
Wow.
me.
Wow. Ah, should we go talk to them?
I mean, probably.
Okay. All right.
You all over there?
Let's all jump over there. Oh, no one's in there anymore. Where'd they go?
Are they at
It's
the...
no one's in the chat. Here, let me get them back in the chat.
Yeah, order them. They it's contractually obligated. You get to a final, you have to talk to us. Man. Yeah, pretty insane. I mean, Goni had a lot of ways to win it, and he took chances.
Good game, everyone.
Hey. There we are. Shadow should be here in just a second. Where is he? There we go. There's Josh.
Hello.
There we go.
We're here.
All right, everybody. Well, congratulations. Congratulations, Spekreep. What a game.
Yes, indeed. Oof.
Wow.
Good game.
Nail biter.
Good game. I'm my own Discord fucked up, so now I'm at another one. I hope that's okay.
That's okay. Keep it PG, though.
It'll be fine.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's nowhere
Woo,
else.
but what I've just got the adrenaline going from the game, huh? Woo.
Man, it was so tense. Like it felt like everybody was drawing great cards, but then like, okay, so Spekreep, the last round was so bad for you. You had no access
Second
to
to last
anything.
one.
Second to last
Yeah.
one, yeah. Round 7.
It was
it was
horrible.
awful.
I was hoping to end, but it was not possible with that hand. Even with the passive, it was not possible to get to 9, and I was like, crap. But
Yeah.
I had Shadow Alliance from the beginning, which was good. It was my insurance, so it's a good card.
Yeah, it is a good card. The play around the Spacing Guild got a little bit dicey there for a while, Joe. We weren't sure what was going to happen.
Me neither. But I felt like I had to go for it, and yeah, that was a crazy couple of plays there. But here we are.
Yeah. Oh man. And Terrasashar, man, you had a pretty insane comeback. We're sitting at 1 point for like 3 or 4 rounds. Like, got the Guild Spy. Yeah.
Yeah, Guild Spy was good, but I feel I misplayed a little bit my first few rounds. To be fair, I hate being first place and I hate playing Staban, so I was in a pretty bad spot from the beginning. But yeah, after that, I just try my best.
Were there any moments you felt that? I mean, what you said you made some mistakes. What do you mean? Which round did you feel like you made a mistake? Because I didn't see a whole lot of mistakes from you.
Honestly, I think it was in the first second or the first three rounds. I think I could have optimized a little bit better. Something like at one point I forgot that I had the contract, so I could have played differently with the spy. Put it somewhere else, do one more card or something like that. I feel there was place for improvement there, but yeah, after that, I think it was pretty okay.
Yeah, and Heretic, man, you nearly had this big comeback. Everyone was like rooting. There's like a Heretic fanboy in the chat here. Everyone was having a good time with that, but so didn't quite work, but. You know, I think this was an insane run back, honestly. Oh, yeah, Heretic's not in chat, is he? Oh, he's here.
Yeah, he had always these 2 points in the back of his mind, so it looked like he was only at 3, but actually he was at like 4 or 5 or 6.
There was a time where he had like no contracts.
Yeah,
it was like 5 out there.
Earlier, that was the problem. He made the draw of intelligence, and because he pulled the other one, so it was.
Yeah, that I felt that one, so I was like, oh, that's sad. Yeah.
Yeah, but so
Terra's block on accept contract round 5.
Yeah. Yeah, it was brutal. The
Brutal
reveal,
for Heretic.
like, that hurt. I think to come back and like even have an outsider shot winning this. I mean, if he'd have won this game, it would have been the greatest comeback ever. As it was still incredibly good going, man.
Insanely close. Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I guess my question for Spekreep, like, how much did you want to greed that deep desert? I mean, you were kind of thinking the round before you took it, like maybe I should just take it now. I mean, who knows? You know, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Got it for 5 extra, and the bonus spice.
No one had high council, and you can get cheated out of it with the what's it called? With this
Ambition.
one.
Counselors, yeah.
And no one had it. No one had this, so I figured, well, let's wait it out. I have to say that's the best Stumper I've ever played in my life.
I was in that round where I won the combat. I thought, oh, I have 1 water. If I get second place, I'll get 3 water, and then I'll get turn before you. So I could have sort of stolen that, but then I won the combat, and that gave me a friendship and a match. So that was sort of 2 points. But I was really considering maybe I should just get second place there with the worm.
But I was your competitor there, and if I had won that one, it would have been.
That would have been game over for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did choose to win it and put more troops in, but that was a hard decision for me.
So there was a turn, round 6, where Gurney, Spekreep, you decided to not go all in. You didn't know it. You didn't know it at the time, but you had it.
Yeah, I had a funny feeling you did.
You had 12.
Which one?
No, it was the Spice Raiders.
Spice Raiders. I was looking, thinking, do you just go
round 5? No,
shot? It might have been round 5.
Didn't
was
I?
That round 5?
Yeah, it was round 5. It was round 5.
Round 5, whichever
Didn't
one.
I only have 10 here? Because I had 6 from here, 1 from ring, and 1 from the intrigue. That's 10, right?
You
had 3 swords on review, I think. I remember counting. You had
deep desert.
9.
Yeah, you could have gone deep desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have gone deep desert. You had ring. You had the intrigue, and you had two daggers.
Oh, what was your intrigue? How many swords?
It was just the Sham Saber,
which he used anyways.
Yeah.
Later on.
So I mean, it's hard to see that. I mean, any one thing in hand.
Against Fate, who hasn't revealed with his spice, it's like
it's really tough.
It's dead if you get
if you get it, it's over. You win, but if you go for it and you lose, it hurts a lot. I mean, I don't blame you for waiting. If the next one had been a wall conflict though, that could have been a bit awkward, but it wasn't. So I suppose.
I have to say this one was that then the last non-walled conflict came up was
shadow contest was insane.
This was kind of nuts.
Very nice for you.
That's.
You guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, Heretic.
Oh,
hey, bud.
Yeah, I just want to say that round 5 ruined me completely. That slowed me down to a stall, but I still got some tempo going, but still wasn't enough. If I won this combat, I would still be like last or second last.
Do you feel that strategic stockpile was actually a bit of a hindrance in this case because it was basically a blank?
Not really, but you have to realize I missed like 3 times. I missed Spice Flow. Every time when I wanted to draw the Spice Flow, I drew the delivery.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate, but I mean, it's always tough, when you pull like 2 cards into your deck that have no persuasion, like you're always risking missing them. I mean, obviously the intelligence report draw was brutal. So
no. The one draw was 33% chance, so it was like convince with the argument, Arakin, and delivery. So I needed a convincing there.
Yeah.
To pull it down. 33% is not a bad chance. Okay.
Yeah, it's a chance you took, definitely. It didn't work out. I mean, that would have been an extra point there.
Most definitely.
It would have definitely changed the tempo of where your card showed up.
To be honest, I wasn't even going to go into this combat. But I realized that I don't have a chance if I get these 10 points, because I could just go here and play strategic for a point.
Yeah.
And this is a pure point, I mean.
Yep.
So,
And you were holding on to that since the beginning of the game.
yeah,
That's like
if
the
I
first
had
entry.
that one extra or two extra points that I missed, yeah, that would be a different game.
Yeah, well, I say, I mean, like, I think you did well to even pull it back as far as you did, and you even had an outside chance of trying to win it here. So I think it's got to be pretty well commended, man. You've had a good competition, so and it,
Yeah.
I say, there was a lot of folks that were rooting for you, as well as Joe after like stealing the Benny Alliance as well. There was a lot of favorites in chat.
Yeah.
I was, yeah, I was.
It was a good game, yeah.
Yeah. The game was insane in terms of decision. I feel everyone had hard decision to take.
I mean, everyone just wanted an 8th round. That was the only thing chat wanted. Chat
Yeah.
wanted an 8th round desperately, and they did, and they got it. To be fair, so no one can really complain about that. And you know, it was always be interesting to see. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was just super close, and it was a good final. I mean, you can't really complain too much about it.
So how it was deep. It's like 4-2.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess ultimately when you go to Deep Desert, you summon 2 worms and you get 10 spice. Like, you're gonna win more games more often than not when you're able to do that, I suppose.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty strong.
Oh yeah, but I still have them. I didn't spend them, yeah.
Yep. I mean, they
Spice
didn't get
But it
tiebreaker.
still changed the space of the
Yeah,
timing of the
true.
game too, because everybody's considering the fact that you have a bunch of spice for tie breaks, right? So
Yeah, it's also half a point, right? Yeah, which is good.
Effectively, at that point, yeah. Effectively.
I of all the games I've played in this tournament, this was by far the most intense and the most fun. So it was like such a cool game to be part of, even though it started so horrible for me when I drew the 2 daggers off the research station, so I couldn't get I missed
Oh yeah.
yeah, we saw that.
Yeah.
the steersman. I was like, oh, I can maybe, as the first card get steersman and then 2 daggers.
Yeah, and you tend to spy to the Fremens. You don't have to double draw espionage either.
Yeah, did you ever consider?
We pondered with your ring whether it was better to like. I suggested when you go research station first, but you actually pay for the trash to get one of those daggers out of there, just to help your odds with that. And then you didn't. I was like, oh no, this could go wrong, and it did.
I really don't like playing with such a big deck, but that sort of happened, and then I went with it. I did not do a lot of trashing.
Did you consider ring to espionage? Sorry, spy to espionage after hitting the 2 daggers. Did you have a chance of still hitting steersman, drawing another 2?
Yeah. I could have put the a spy on Bene Gesserit and then went there to draw more cards, but yeah, I don't remember exactly, but why I didn't do it, because I thought, oh, it would be so far out. I think I have to see that again, and think about it again.
Yeah, it's real, but yeah, no, it was definitely painful. Still, able to come back. You kept the game going. It looked for all money that Gurney Halleck was going to win it, but the Benny still knew that the game was going to keep going, and then just couldn't find the 10th point in the end. Just scrambling for it, but still, I think a good effort.
Wow, what a game!
Yeah.
I say, I do hope everyone here has enjoyed the competition. The 4 of you.
Certainly.
And we'll get your prizes sent across and whatnot. And yeah, definitely. I say, I hope you 4 have had a good time.
Certainly. I look forward to the next tournament.
Yes, thank you so much for organizing all of it.
It's all right. We take checks.
Well done. Well
all right, guys. Thank you so much. All right, thank you all for watching. This has been an insane finals. I think this is my favorite finals that we've done so far, honestly. I think it's been one of the most enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, it had some really good moments for sure.